We're on a roll. It's being watched. Our number this week is Andrea Gutierrez, a scrappy young lawyer who's become an attorney to help the currently incarcerated. Just a real bad bitch. She's so cool. You know from the top that there's no way she's evil. Clearly, someone wants to kill our girl, and Box Squad can't let that happen. We're trying something new this time. Carter is interested in helping, so she sets up a meeting with John. She acts contrite.
I looked for, I'm sorry I got your shot card, but they were all out.
And John clues her in on the case, so she can do a bunch of research for him. She has a few rules, though. A few rules that are easily broken. She doesn't want John to be out there committing crimes, which, that's kind of not really possible. You aren't allowed to stalk people, even if it's for noble reasons. We're already pretty deep in criminal territory. So John follows Andrea around during her latest case, trying to get an incarcerated man out so his child doesn't get thrust into the foster system. He's pretty sure he's innocent, and she's trying all her tricks to slow down the foster process, which is mostly bribing this guy with a pastrami sandwich from a popular restaurant.
Pastrami from Zabar's? You must need something big.
Terrence King's blood test.
Is this one of those shops where it takes several hours to get through the line? How does she have time for that? She needs to be sneaky, though, because she's not well liked by the boss around the foster office. John catches a guy following her, moving with criminal intent, in such a way that the machine is able to predict, giving us new scary box to be worried about, the red highlights of an assassin. John pushes his ass in the alley and then gets his ass kicked. Oh my god, John lost a fight? What happened? Oh, right, he's recovering from being shot in the stomach. And this guy was on steroids.
Assailants into anabolic steroids?
It's very fine they needed to give us 2 reasons for why John lost here. He couldn't just lose a fight. He had to have been tussling at half strength with a jacked assassin. Of course, John gets revenge on this assassin in the most over-the-top way. He catches him again in the street, runs up to him with glee and says, "Remember me?" And then they just start throwing down right there on the sidewalk. The assassin eventually decides he's losing and starts running, and John chases after him as he runs directly into the path of a garbage truck. This doesn't count. John did not force that guy to get hit by a car, so he remains blameless, but this is going to piss off Carter for sure. Carter is back in the office, running the files, checking for any potential criminal connections, and then leaving the room to report in to John on what she found. This instantly clues in Fusco, who also calls John and tells him to watch his ass. Carter is up to something. She's ducking out to take call just like he does all the time, and John tells him not to worry about it. He's just not going to tell either of them about the other police contact, even though they sit directly across from each other.
Mr. Reese, I'm not sure that keeping both of our detectives in the dark is the best course of action. This could get really complicated.
They're assets. The less they know about each other, the safer they'll be.
You will not believe how long this goes on. Finch finds out the assassin we saw get pancaked was hired by this really greasy parole officer, who John tracks down on the street and sees him in the middle of a shakedown of one of his parolees just being a real asshole.
I got you this job. Our deal was 30% of your paycheck. Don't you cheap out on me, Lou.
Hey, Dominic!
John decides he's seen enough and decides this is a problem that can be solved with violence, knocking his ass over and getting him arrested. Carter gives this guy the business, even though all her info was given to her by a secret superhero team and thus not admissible as evidence, but he lawyers up because what else was he going to do, confess? Box Squad goes to the creep's bank account and notices there is a second very large transaction. He has hired another assassin to kill Andrea, so John needs to rush to save her. He has made contact with Andrea at this point, going into her office pretending to be an ex-con who needs some legal advice, and for no particular reason he starts flirting with her.
How's that site working out for you?
It's hard to find the right kind of guy in my line of work.
That seems odd. You're very attractive, smart.
Let me stop you there.
Which she shuts down immediately, because 1, he is a client, she doesn't date clients, and 2, she doesn't date ex-cons anymore.
Been there, done that. This is Andrea 2.0 you're looking at.
So when John swoops in and saves Andrea from the second assassin, she has a number of questions for him, like what he's doing here, why was that guy going to attack her, is he actually an ex-con? Why did she ask that question? What's she thinking about? The show really wants you to understand that Andrea finds John attractive, even though he is for sure old enough to be her father, and also not in a position to be dating anyone he gets shot at all the time. Things are starting to fall into place. They discover the shitty parole man has a lot of contact with this family, the Kensies, who Carter invites in to discuss what is up with all the children that they are apparently taking care of in their 2-bedroom apartments. They really walked in this meeting unprepared. They collapse almost immediately, admit that 4 of the children do not exist, they were just doing a scam. They can't believe that taking money to take care of kids that aren't real is illegal, and would like to stop talking to the police at this moment and make a phone call. Finch is in Carter's ear telling her to let them do it because he snuck into the foster office to install a scanner into their shredder so he can look at all the documents being destroyed. His gambit works. Whoever Kensie calls start immediately trying to get rid of the evidence, and also makes a call to get Andrea's client transferred to a worse prison. Andrea rushes down to the foster office because she needs some help, and comes across that guy she bribed earlier, just hanging out at the foster system office in the middle of the night. I bet you can imagine where this is going, so let's suddenly shift gears. Our B-plot involves the young son of Harold's dead friend, Will, who is back in town to go through his dead dad's stuff, try to make peace with whatever happened there. We still don't know what exactly killed Nathan Ingram, just that it's deeply suspicious. He's found some unusual things, such as the big hole in his father's finances where the development of the machine happened, and he's going to keep looking into it, so that's scary, I guess. We also learn that Reese has figured out who Nathan Ingram is, and has told Fusco that his job is now tailing Finch. So, there's a complex network of lies and trust issues. I swear, the relationship between Reese and Finch is kinda toxic, and it's really not fair dragging Fusco into this. Alright, anyway, this guy's in the office because he is shredding documents to cover up his foster system fraud. It was actually him, not his boss, who we were being led to believe was the evil mastermind, because it was all her signatures on the paperwork. This guy was doing this behind her back, forging her signature, and Andrea just walked into a murder trap. But guess what? John's there, so Chris makes a run for it, and John just lets him. I guess he's getting away. Oh, no, Carter is here to arrest him, handle this the right way, and how is this going to hold up? What is he being arrested for? Where is the evidence of his crime? As far as we know, he just destroyed it, and Finch's illegal shredder scams aren't going to cut it. Maybe he just confesses. Maybe that's how it goes down. This leads to Andrea winning her wrongful arrest case for her client, which comes with a $10 million settlement, for which Andrea gets 30% in legal fees, so she's going to be fine, and John wishes her luck. They do not hook up, thank God, but she still gives him a look. Who was that white knight? Well, I believe in her. She's got a good future, and we will never know, so I'm sure it goes great. Next episode, we have to follow some out-of-work schlub who has been set up as a patsy for political assassination by a hacker that seems to rival Finch. It's called Root Cause. Wonder what that refers to. You are being watched.
You are being watched.